Check, check. Pound for Pound Box channel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below. Share. Do all of that. I just wanted to just pop in, do a quick little stream real quick. I don't care about nothing. I just got to get all of this off my chest. I'm just kind of mad the fact that Manny Pacquiao is out here hating on Errol Spence, right? I'm not even the biggest Errol Spence fan, but I do recognize, especially from his last fight, he didn't lose a step. He's got a phenomenal jab, and he looks better than ever. Now, with that being said, Manny Pacquiao just did an interview. I'm not sure with who it was. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I think it was Chris something. But hold on, matter of fact, I'm gonna check this out. I ain't about to be, man, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, he did an interview basically saying that he's interested. He wants to fight Conor McGregor. He wants to see how it is to feel to fight an MMA guy. And Errol Spence, he didn't. He just looks like he lost a step, and he's slower than Keith Thurman, and that's cool. He's welcome to his opinion. He's a professional. It is what it is. I respect Manny Pacquiao's opinion, especially his boxing expertise. But at the same time, don't sit here and do interviews with people hating on Errol Spence, and you don't want to fight him. You got up in that ring at Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence at Dallas Stadium, got up in that ring and said, yeah, why not? Referring to him fighting Errol Spence. And then he turned around and fought somebody else. Then he turned around and fought Keith Thurman. Dude, are you just going to hold the WBA belt? Are you going to fight Errol Spence? Or are you going to fight Terrence Crawford? Make a decision. If you're not going to fight either one of those guys, you want to go fight Conor McGregor, cool. Give up that WBA belt. Now, if he does decide to give up the WBA belt, in my mind, I would assume that would elevate Ugas to the super, because Ugas has the WBA regular as we speak right now. So that would make things a little interesting. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking Keith Thurman is going to end up fighting Ugas since Errol Smith doesn't want to fight him. Me being the person I am, I'm asking, Ugas, I'm sending the messages. He's liking the stuff. He said he wants to do it. Cool. Great. That's a big fight for Ugas. That's a very competitive fight for both sides, especially Keith Thurman coming off of hand surgery, which I'm really tired of saying. I'm tired of saying that about Keith Thurman. He's always hurt. I'll get to that next as far as my next subject. As far as my next topic. But when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, dude, if you're going to fight Conor McGregor, cool. Conor McGregor has a fight coming up in MMA, UFC, in 2 weeks? So I would assume after that, he's going to jump right over and go fight Conor McGregor. Now, the flip side to that is, what weight are you guys going to fight at? Pacquiao's a small dude. He's fighting, 47. Like, he's a small dude. I don't know what weight McGregor fights at. Nonetheless, if you're going to go fight McGregor, which is a big money grab, cool, get your money, get out the game. I have no problem with that. But you're going to give up that WBA belt. I know that. That's for sure. You're going to give that belt up. That's straight up. So you can get out the way, especially since Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they want to do undisputed. You are in the way. This fight could have happened. Terrence Crawford didn't have to fight Kilbrook. You could have came and fought Terrence Crawford, and we could have had two fight. He could have had two belts on that side, two belts on Errol Spence side. We could have got undisputed. Somebody, I'm not gonna say somebody. All boxing fans need to put pressure on Manny Pacquiao. Make a decision. What are you doing? Are you gonna hold the belt? Are you gonna retire and give the belt up? Make a decision. Let us know who you're gonna fight. If you're not going to fight Earl, say, I'm not fighting Earl. I'm not fighting Bud. Because, see, Bob Arum came out and said, hey, the fight was done with him and with Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford in like a Middle Eastern, city or whatever like that. Middle Eastern country. But, due to COVID, they had to take it, they had to end it or whatever. They had to shut that down. Now, that's the second time Bob Arum had to shut down a fight with Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. So that just makes me feel like, are you even telling the truth at this point? With that being said, I'm going to move on because I'm just tired of Manny Pacquiao holding up undisputed. And not only are you holding up undisputed, but you're going to hate on Errol Spence, say he's slower than Keith Thurman, say he's lost a step. No, I don't want to hear nothing. If you're not going to fight him, shut up. And that's exactly what Errol Spence said. He said, nobody cares. All that talking, you don't want to fight me. So why are you talking about me? Go fight Conor McGregor, give up the belt, and shut up. So with that being said, let me move on to Keith Thurman. I don't want to report. I didn't want to be one of those guys that reported on Keith Thurman's recent haircut. It's just weird to me. But as you know, as I'm reporting on it, but I'm not even reporting on the haircut. I don't care about the hair. I'm reporting on his new attitude. Because when he posted the picture of his new haircut, which is it's just a weird topic for me to even be talking about. It's the I think he has a new attitude. He might be hungry again, right? Just recently came off a shoulder surgery, took a tune-up fight with Josito Lopez, right? Won that fight. A lot of people forget, threw 800 punches in the fight, got an early knockdown. Did he get caught? Yeah, he got caught. He almost got shut down. He almost got knocked out. Cool. But guess what? He survived. It was exciting. He won the fight. Then he goes on to fight Manny Pacquiao. Now, in defense of him, he said, "Hey, I had to lose 30 pounds because I blew up in between fights." That's what a lot of these fighters do. They're not working out consistently. He blew up and had to lose all that weight for Manny Pacquiao. Then he came in, got knocked down early in that fight, but he fought. He was gonna win. In my mind, he was gonna win that fight until he got hit with that body shot and lost that round to Manny Pacquiao. He's lost via split decision. You got to give respect to Keith Thurman, no matter if you like him, love him, hate him. Every fight Keith Thurman's in is always an exciting fight. When he said that, I agreed 100%. Whether he's getting hurt to the body, whether he's getting dropped by Manny Pacquiao, whether he's almost getting stopped by Josito Lopez, he still fights to the end, and I have nothing but respect for that man. But at the same time, I'm kind of tired of these tune-ups. Okay, I'm tired of the tune-ups. I'm tired of Keith Thurman getting hurt. So that was one of his things. He was very injury prone, shoulder, elbow. Now he just recently just had hand surgery. Now he's back. He's hitting the bag. He's getting in shape and everything like that. So I'm thinking, okay, he might be making a fight announcement soon. Hopefully we get him at Ugas. That's why I say if Manny Pacquiao gives up the belt, gives up the WBA belt, that's going to elevate Ugas to super. And then we have Keith Thurman face Ugas. Keith Thurman gets a chance to get his belt back since Errol Spence doesn't want to fight Keith Thurman. He said he's not fighting Keith Thurman. But I guarantee you he's going to be way more open to fighting Keith Thurman if Keith Thurman actually has the WBA belt. Okay? So with that being said, maybe Keith Thurman's maybe he's hungry again. Maybe he's hungry again. Maybe he's motivated. Think about it. You're coming off your first loss. You had some close calls. You're coming off your first loss, right? Injuries, you kind of get frustrated with this, frustrated with that. Now you supposedly got everything back right. So let's cut the hair. Let's show the world I'm serious. I'm serious about making a change. You sometimes when you lose, you got to sit back. Whenever you take a loss in life or anything, you sit back and be like, okay, I was real reckless right here. This loss made me realize I'm not invincible. I can be hurt. So makes me tighten up in certain areas, certain things I was doing wrong in fights. Okay, look at this. You start looking at yourself like, why did I do this? Okay, that was a mistake right here. I can't make that same mistake because this is how somebody capitalized off me. So guess what? This is a focused Keith Thurman. I'm gonna say it right now. Whoever fights Keith Thurman next is gonna be it's gonna be a focused Keith Thurman. It's gonna be a one time. I have nothing to lose. I've lost before. This is my chance to hopefully get my belt back if the Ugas fight happens and if Manny Pacquiao drops that WBA belt. Now, with that being said, we're going to move on from that to Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner was supposed to fight, what's his name, Capo, whatever, but he had to pull out. The Capo or whatever guy, he had to pull out because one of the people in his camp tested positive for COVID-19. So obviously, I got to fight with Adrien Broner February 13th. Adrien Broner coming off of his 2-year hiatus, returning back to Showtime Boxing. And now I have to pull out because somebody in my camp got COVID because I was exposed to them. And that's fine. I understand. Now, the question is, who is going to be the replacement for Adrien Broner? I mean, for Adrien Broner's opponent. Some people saying, oh, we should put I don't know. I like Ivan Redcash because Ivan Redcash has been begging for that fight. He wants Adrien Broner bad. He has been trolling him on every platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want. He wants to do it. I mean, think about it. Adrien Broner has been in camp. We don't know if Ivan Redcash has been in camp, but from what I see, he's been sparring. He's been in and out the gym or whatever. But it's a difference between camp and shape. For a fight camp. But if he gives him the word, hey, listen, we want you to be a replacement opponent. I mean, what, February 13th? What you got? Like what? Almost a month? You never know. I mean, who's to say? What if Adrien Broner actually stopped Ivan Redcash? That's something Danny Garcia didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Then He could just, I don't know how you build this up, but I mean, Ivan Redcash has been kind of getting under Adrien Broner's skin. Adrien Broner, he's going to get up on that stage and talk and have everybody laughing. But I think this is a focused Adrien Broner, and I know what everybody's thinking. He's not going to let his hands go. I know. Trust me, I've been there. But I don't know what it is. It's like we get pissed off at Adrien Broner for not letting his hands go and disappointing us fight after fight. But when he says he's gonna fight, you just think this is the time he's gonna let his hands go. This is it, man. We're gonna see the old AB. He's gonna go in there and dominate his opponent. I think Ivan Redcash is a good guy to do that. I think this is the guy to bring out AB. We get AB back. I'm telling you. It can happen. But whatever. I just wanted to just share some stuff with y'all. Get this off. I don't know. I had to get this out, man. Honestly, Terrence Crawford. Listen, I'm gonna say this about Terrence Crawford and his team. Listen, Terrence Crawford, you're a great fighter. Everybody's gonna agree you're a great fighter. But no disrespect to Bernie in any type of way. I'm tired of seeing him getting on people's shows, getting bodied. And the reason why I say that is no disrespect to him. I know. Listen. Bernie's the type of dude you need on your team. He gonna ride with you. That's your boy. He taking up for my boy. We gonna get this fight done. We gonna put pressure on these other dudes. And hey, you know what? We all don't know what's going on behind the scenes between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Will we get this fight? Will we not get this fight? But at the same time, in the eyes of public perception, Bernie with his, no, I take it back. It ain't even Bernie. Team Crawford, with how they look at it and how they want 60-40 against Errol Spence, it's you not getting you're not getting 50-50. They want 50-50. You're not getting 50-50. You are not worth 50-50. No disrespect to you. As a loud motorcycle just drives by, it's just so ridiculous. But nonetheless, you're not getting 50-50. How can you ask for 50-50 when Errol Spence has been fighting better fighters than you? He's been doing the heavy lifting. You fighting guys like Kell Brook, who he's already beat. He's already a damaged fighter. And I'm mad about that because I picked Kell Brook and Kell Brook let me down. And the reason why I said that, I picked Kell Brook over Terrence Crawford because Kell Brook was going to be the best opponent for Terrence Crawford. Now, with that being said, just really think about it. Everybody that Terrence Crawford faces is his best opponent from this point on. Honestly. If that Sean Porter fight happens, Sean Porter is Terrence Crawford's best opponent. Kell Brook was Terrence Crawford's best opponent. Amir Khan was Terrence Crawford's best opponent. Come on. And I know what Team Crawford is saying. Oh, we looking at accomplishments and we got this and that. I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't care what you did at 35. Isn't it an accomplishment? Yes. I don't care what you did at 40. I don't care that you were undisputed at 140. Isn't it an accomplishment? Yes. But it doesn't mean nothing at 47. At 47, you have been fighting lackluster opponents. I don't care about Green Machine, who came off of a draw against Ray Robinson and actually dropped you. And I know they called it a slip, but you got dropped. No disrespect. I don't care that you fought Kell Brook, who was a damaged fighter. He was a damaged fighter. Everybody knows Kell Brook wasn't right. Everybody kind of knew Kell Brook wasn't going to win that fight. Real talk. We knew that was going to happen. And now it's Sean Porter wants to fight. You guys, not you guys, I'm just saying Bobby Arum in Top Rank, or I'm not saying Top Rank, I'm just saying Bobby Arum, trying to lowball him with $1 million deal. Now, granted, I don't have $1 million, so that's some money to me and you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I take it, but when you're used to getting a certain amount of money, you know what I'm saying, and money in the back end, this, that, and the third, whatever, come on, $1 million is nothing to you. Not to mention, you just paid Kell Brook $2 million. Before that, you paid Amir Khan $7 million. Keith Thurman gave you his price of $10 million. That was a negotiating starting point. We can go down from there. Meet me halfway. You didn't even try to negotiate. You just pulled out, nah, Keith Thurman, nah, Keith, we don't want to fight Keith. This is what Bomac said. We don't want to fight Keith because he don't want to fight Keith because he doesn't have a belt. Then you make the announcement you're going to fight Kell Brook. What are you talking about? What sense does that make? That's what I'm talking about. You fighting lackluster dudes, and it seems like whenever it's somebody that's a threat to you or a good opponent, it's always an excuse. We know Terrence Crawford is good. We want to see how good he is. And this goes with any of the champions, any of the best fighters that claim to be the best. I want to see how good you are. And the only way we can see how good you are is if you're fighting the best at the division. Duh. But for you to ask for 50-50, Terrence Crawford, I know you're looking like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm former unified, I'm former undisputed. Cool, but you're nothing at 47 because you ain't fought nobody at 47. You are a WBO champion. That's great, but you're not a unified champion as like Errol Spence. You didn't fight Danny Garcia. You didn't fight Sean Porter. That fight happened with Sean Porter easily. They made the fight happen, no problem. But it seems like whenever it comes to fighting you for whatever reason, it's always an issue. It's always an excuse, and I'm tired of that because, like I said, I want to see how good you are. Are you a product of great matchmaking? Are you a hype job? We need to see. We need to see. Honestly, we need to see. With that being said, salute to Terrence Crawford, salute to his team, but y'all got to be realistic, man. I think the only way, and I'm gonna make this for another, I'm gonna make this topic for another live stream, but the only way Terrence Crawford can get 50-50 is if he got the Pacquiao fight and got that WBA belt. Now you're a unified champion, beat Pacquiao. But at the same time, you got to get mad at your promoter because he stopped the fight from happening. That fight could have happened 2 years ago. You wouldn't have had to fight. Uh, uh, you wouldn't have had to fight Jeff Horn. You wouldn't have had to fight Amir Khan. You wouldn't have had to fight Green Machine. You wouldn't have had to fight Kell Brook. All of those fights meant nothing because nobody cared about those fights. Everybody, you. This is why Bob Arum said I lost a lot of money because you paying dudes for no reason. You paid Amir Khan $7 million, bro, $5 to $7 million, and everybody just forgets about that fight. They made it seem like that fight didn't even happen. Look how it ended. Amir Khan got hit low, said I can't continue. I ran out. I robbed the plug basically. I ran off on the plug. I got the money. I was gone. I flew right back to the UK, stacking up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Amir Khan, I'm like, hey, I just want to give a shout out to Bob Arum. I appreciate that $5 to $7 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. Like that's ridiculous, bro. With that being said, man, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to just get these things off of my chest. Salute to everybody listening. Hit the like button, comment below, share, do all of that. It's your host F, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better as boxing fans. We got to do better. These fighters got to do better. These promoters got to do better. You got to do a better job promoting your fighters. You got to do a better job of getting the big fights for not only for your fighters but for the fans. Because at the end of the day, we the ones that are taking our time out our day to sit here and support you, watching it on TV, ordering your fights, traveling to the fights. But why would I want to travel or sit there and watch a fight that I know who's gonna win? I want more 50-50 fights. I want champions fighting champions. We got 37,000 belts out here. Everybody's a world champion nowadays. And y'all don't even want to fight the guys that have a belt. Now look at the state of boxing that we in. We got mandatories turning down title shots against guys. Give you an example. Ryan Garcia fought Luke Campbell, got put down, great comeback win. He won the fight. And the zone commentators are literally shitting on Devin Haney saying, oh, well, Ryan Garcia, he's bigger than the belt. Knowing damn well that Ryan Garcia, if he had won the fight, which he did, he was going to be Devin Haney's mandatory. What is that saying about people? What is that saying about these fighters nowadays? Little to the game boxing salute, man. Hit the like button, man. And y'all subscribe to Little to the Game Boxing Talk, man. But what does that say about all these fighters nowadays? You got fighters, you got mandatories turning down title shots. You got promoters waiting, and I'll give you an example. Top Rank ESPN, no disrespect to y'all, but y'all wait until the week of the fight to start promoting. And then get mad at the numbers. I'm just saying for any promotion company, like, and you get mad at the numbers. Like these fighters don't have endorsements. These fighters are not household names. Like y'all, you come around, you fight, then you disappear. We don't hear nothing from you. That's why boxing is in the state it is. Because y'all need to fight more. You need to fight more. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, it's only a certain amount of dates for certain amount. Man, fuck all of that. Listen, I ain't even want to curse like that, but I don't care about all that, man. Bottom line is stack the cards. When was the last pay-per-view anybody has paid for that everybody was happy about? I mean, if you charge me $60, $70, $80 for a pay-per-view, you better stack that card instead of giving me mediocre, waste of time fights. That's what I'm talking about. You got fights on FS1 I don't care about. You got fights on ESPN I don't care about. You got fights on DAZN I don't care about. Why don't you stack the cards, bro? Give us better give us better fights. That's how boxing comes back. That's how these fighters get better. Because guess what? You're fighting the best. And at the end of the day, you look at all the greats, they all have losses. We don't care about your losses. We care if you fought the best, and we care about how you fought. Okay, he lost that fight. He went out. He tried. Hagler Hearns. How many rounds how many rounds was that fight? 3-4 rounds? That first round was legendary. That was a war. I don't care that Tommy Hearns got knocked out. You still got nothing but my respect. He a legend. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. We just want to see the best fight the best. So this is what it is. Guys build themselves up. Now everybody wants to be the A side. So it's basically, if I'm not the A side, I'm not fighting that guy. He's got a belt though. I don't care if he has a belt. I'm not fighting him. That's how we doing it as promoters. They build these guys up to make them think they're the A side, even when they don't have a belt. Then they want to negotiate, and they come in with crazy negotiations. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, bro. I'm just over it. When we gonna have the best fight the best? Ain't that the whole point of the Super Six? Honestly, ain't that the whole point of tournaments? 135, we could do a tournament right now, 135. We could do a tournament at welterweight. That could have been done. Honestly. 154 is literally having a tournament as we speak. Everybody's beating each other. That's why it's like the most unpredictable division in boxing. Because this guy could beat this guy. Well, this guy beat that guy. He came back, he beat it. Like, it's crazy at 54. Honestly, it's 54 is probably the deepest division in boxing. Heavyweights, we could do a heavyweight tournament right now. I don't know. It's just like, I know it's a business. I get it. Everybody's got to get a piece of the pie. Fighters want to get paid. But wouldn't you think beating the best would get you paid maximum amount of dollars? They can finally come out and say, hey, this is the champion. That's why the casuals and the hardcores are always clashing. That's why we don't have as many casuals like we used to, and boxing is not as big as it used to be, because everybody got a belt. They don't know who the champion is. And hell, I'm going to say right now, hardcores don't know who the champions are, because everybody's got a belt and everybody's ducking everybody. We have to literally put pressure on these fighters to fight each other. We got to put pressure on, we got to pull up on the promoters to tell them to make the fights. That's just common sense. Make the fights the fans want. You want us to pay for it. Give me the fights I want. Is that asking too much from promoters? Is that asking too much from the fighters? But with that being said, it's your host, F Mary, Pound for Pound Box Channel. Let me know how you guys feel. Click the like button, comment below, share. I'm going, man. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm going.